congratulations on the show. It's hilarious. It's
Thank you.
touching. It's just uh, such an incredible show. For you, why was it important for you to be a part of the show? Sorry.
Yeah, I feel like this is a very unique story. Not only because of the Latino representation, but also you're seeing a different side of the immigrant story, you know? A lot of times in the media you're seeing the negative side of being an immigrant, and this kind of sheds light on the reality of it. So I think it's very inclusive, and I think it's very relatable, and it reaches a broad audience. And all of those things are very important to me when it comes to doing a project.
Definitely, and the whole concept of the show is a assimilation into a new society. For you, how did you relate to this character?
I relate to this character not only because she's a teenage girl, but she's also an older sister. Like me, I have a little brother in real life. So being Emilia and, you know, communicating with Olivia, it was a lot like how I communicate with my little brother. It was pretty easy to tap into. And also, I feel like Emilia searches for value. She feels like the people that she goes to school with are like the most important people in the world. And I definitely thought that at a certain point. And, you know, I like that over the course of the season, you can see her kind of break away from that.
Yeah. How close is Emilia to your own personal personality?
Oh, your audio cut out. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, you're back. I can hear you.
Yeah. Awesome. So, how similar is Emilia to your own personality?
Well, I do think like I said, when I interact with my brother, the way she interacts with Cuckoo is very similar. You know, we kind of have we butt heads a lot, but you can see that underneath like those petty arguments that we really love each other. But I do think we're very different also because is very bold, and she jumps into this new world, world that's new to her. She jumps in with both feet, and I think I would be a little bit more timid in a situation like this.
Mhm. Awesome. This is your second project that is very inclusive. You were identified. How important is it to be on shows that are Latino oriented, that are telling our stories?
Yeah, you know, I think it's extremely important, especially since you don't see a lot of it, or you don't see nearly enough of it. And I'm happy to be a part of this representation, and I'm honestly really excited to see where it goes in the next 5 years or 10 years, 20 years, you know, how it's going to evolve. Because really, we're just scratching the surface of representation, and I feel like it's gonna go very far in the future.
How much input do you have into your character as Amelia? Because she seems very lively. She seems very real.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that's I was very you know, lucky to be a part of this production because I had a lot of wiggle room, meaning like I was able to bring myself into this character and, you know, figure out who she was as I went along. And I think that really helped me make sure that Emilia seemed like a real person. You know, she's very flawed, but you know, she's very loving, and she loves her family, and it's that balance I think that makes her very realistic and very relatable, not only to me but to other people.
And as the season goes along, that family bond continues to be a main concept on this show. How happy are you with the cast, and how close did you guys get to this?
It's honestly, I got so lucky with this cast, you know. From the first time we did a read through of the script together, you could tell that our connections were there, and it really plays through on screen. And part of the battle of being an actress is having a good scene partner, and everyone in the cast is so good, and I really look up to all of them, and they make my job so much easier.
Is there anything you take away from this show that you uh, feel like is different from any other show you've worked on?
Yeah, I mean, I think this show is just so inspirational, and it's so focused on self-love and self-acceptance, and not only that, but having a support system behind you. In this case, the Castelli family, you know, they're very tight, and they're always there to support each other. And you know, that reminds me a lot of my own family too, so I definitely connected with that. And I took away that it's okay to be yourself unapologetically.
Is there anything you hope that Emilia will go through in future seasons, hopefully?
I'm not sure. I mean, I definitely want her to completely break out of that shell of thinking that other people's opinions of her are the most important. And you know, she did break out of that a little bit in the first season, but I would just like to see where that goes with her.
Awesome. Well, congratulations. You are
Thank you so
fantastic
much.
in this.
Thank you.
And thank you very much for your time.
Of course, my pleasure.